everybody, and welcome to all of the action for the ABB FIA Formula E World Championship. It is round 14 of the 2023 season 9 in this year's championship, and it's our second race here at the Rome E-Prix. Yesterday, the Gladiators did their battling, half the field wiped out in a massive accident. But still, we saw some great running. And it ended up, surprisingly, with an interesting runaround because guess who took top honours? Mitch Evans. Mitch Evans starts fourth today. It's Jake Dennis and Nick Cassidy at the front row of the grid as well. Race due to get underway shortly as well, which is always the best news possible. Track temperature, that's back up again. That's at 60 degrees. Air temperature, once again, at 35 degrees C. Not quite the 48 that was predicted. I suppose in some respects that's actually quite good, but the weather is so hot. The race distance, not 25 laps, now back down to being 24 laps long. Just about the normality of what we need to see. Added time could still come into it, which means we can also see the factors of running orders. But there is a few changes to what we saw in qualifying. For instance, Pascal Wehrlein as well. The sort of fourth and outside man in the hunt for the title. He was 8th in the second stage of qualifying. He lines up 15th in the race today. Sasha Fenestras, as you can see on the timing tower alongside me. Now, Sasha didn't take part in qualifying due to having a battery replacement. He will, however, take part in the race. Neo have got it all set up and working. But it was an interesting session as well. Group A was topped. The four that went through: Bird, Cassidy, Ticktum and Evans. Group B, Dennis, Buemi, Nato and Gunther. That secured the top 8 positions on the grid, or so we thought as well. So looking from 9th downwards, those positions sort of went anti-clockwise of each other as well. So row 5 onwards, Mortara starts 9th, Da Costa has P10, Hughes 11th on row 6, alongside him is Jean-Eric Verne not getting through to the stage. Further down, row 7, Rast 13th, Degrassi in 14th. Row 8, Wehrlein in 15th place. He's going to have to do another through the field to try and capitalise on anything he missed in quali, and this weekend really has put paid to his championship hopes. Such a bad weekend for Pascal. Moving further down, Seti Cameron 16th. Lotterer in 17th on row 9, alongside him is Van Dorn. Row 10 sees Muller 19th and Friends in 20th. Row 11 sees Merry and Fenestras down at the back. Now, talking about the front 8 positions in the first 4 rows of the grid, the quarterfinals, quarterfinal A, Ticktum versus Cassidy. Cassidy won that. Quarterfinal B, Evans versus Bird. Evans won it, but Bird could have gone faster than him, but backed off and let his teammate go through and take over at the front as well. Purposely dropped 6 tenths in the last sector to help his teammate with the championship. Quarterfinal Jules C, Norman Nato versus Sebastian Buemi. Nato won that. And quarterfinal D, Gunther versus Dennis. Dennis being victorious. So that means as well that eliminated, as I said, Ticktum, Bird, Buemi and Gunther. And that puts them as row 4 with Buemi 8th, Ticktum 7th. Row 3 sees Gunther ahead of Bird. And then it was the semi-finals, Cassidy versus Evans. Cassidy won that. And then it was Nato versus Dennis in semi-final 2. Dennis won that. So that puts the second row as Evans in 4th and Nato in 2nd. Front row though, the fight for pole position, that was the biggie. The most crucial duel I think we've seen all season, and maybe even all the format. Cassidy took the lead of the championship yesterday by 5 points to Jake Dennis. It was crucial for Dennis to get the 3 points, and he went out and did it. Dennis getting the 3 points, taking the gap in the championship now down to 2 World Championship points coming into today, where we get fastest lap, and of course the bonus point for that, and of course the 25 points. So he's on to try and take it all, but so many drivers going to go stop him. Let's go down then to the pit lane and get all set. Down to Radzi.
Here have had unthinkable rebuilds. So much that went into those. The teams have worked tirelessly on those. And so let's find out more with Oracle Saunders CB.
Thank you very much, Razzie. Yes, you made a great point there. The rebuild was remarkable. And we're going to go through it now. But it all started with this man getting into his car, Jake Hughes. Now, he had a shunt in qualifying that meant they needed a new tub. Now, at that point in the day yesterday, pre-race, pre-incident, Tag Heuer Porsche over here were all too kind to say, you can have our spare tub, not knowing that they would need it later in the incident in the race. But it gets more than that, because if we turn this way and head over to the DS Penske at Jean-Eric Verne, this was a car that, although it was involved in the incident, managed to get off practically scot-free and didn't need a change of tub. So they were able to donate their Stellantis spare tub to Maserati. And Edoardo Mortara, who's just up there in front of me over my shoulder, who was very kind to accept that and have that car rebuilt. It doesn't even stop there, though, because you just look one across from Edoardo Mortara and you have Sebastian Buemi, who also needed a spare tub and was very grateful to receive that from the Formula E spares garage. And that's just a little pocket of 4 or 5 cars here that realistically might not have been here if it wasn't for the hard work of the mechanics and engineers overnight to rebuild these cars. I said it before and I'll say it again, nothing short of remarkable.
Now, one thing we haven't spoken about, by the way, are the effect not just of the Drivers' Championship. All these drivers care about winning and ultimately winning the championship, being crowned world champion. But for the team, for the constructors, they also care about the team's championship. Now, it's currently separated by 30 points, which is the accumulation of the 2 drivers in their team. It's 30 points separating the top 3. We have Envision, Porsche, Jaguar. If you like, 230 points, 210, 220, 30 points separating them. And just for clarity, this matters financially to the teams.
Yes, you can argue that financials and performance go hand in hand here in Formula E and across all forms of motorsport. So yes, it's extremely important, though right now these drivers that we were just speaking to are only worried about that World Drivers' Championship. It's the ABB Formula E World Drivers' Championship, and that's something that everybody wants to have on their resume.
What it also means, Kelvin, is so we have Jake Dennis over there, the pole sitter, but in terms of Andre Lotterer, they care about his performance. Nick Cassidy's behind us there in P2, but they also care about Sebastian Buemi, so it's about the other driver as well.
Yeah, 100%. We've seen a lot of discrepancies between the 2 teammates, not always being able to back up their guy for the championship. I think the only teammate that's really been in the thick of things has been Sam Bird, really. Unfortunately, he had his DNF yesterday, but he's always been on the pace of, let's say, Mitch Evans, been able to run in the top 5. So for the team championship, you've got to say it's going to be very important, and looking towards Jaguar's favour at the moment.
And does that mean possibly for the second drivers, they may try and play things safe and just try and get some guaranteed points to try and assist that team championship chance?
Yeah, and certainly right now, if we're looking at this grid, it's the 2 Jags, Mitch Evans and Sam Bird, who are doing the best for the team's championship points right now. We could see some games being played, maybe Sam Bird helping Mitch Evans if it comes down to it in this race.
One of the reasons that we love Rome, it's very much a stalwart of the Formula E calendar. It's a proper street racetrack. It's thin, it's narrow, but it also comes with tradition. And with that in mind, we can now listen to the wonderful national anthem of Italy.
The Italian national anthem performed live down at turn 15. Just having everybody move into place. Here we go.
the Italian national anthem. But as for us, we're looking forward to the action getting underway at the Rome E-Prix.
Okay, that was harsh. They cut it off because Channel 4 had to go to an ad break. Everything's running just a little bit behind, I suppose. That was insanely cruel, wasn't it? I wasn't expecting that. I was literally just getting ready to put my headset on and put my glasses on, everything, and we have to come back up to the commentary box. So that's a bit rude and extremely unpolite and unprofessional from Channel 4 there. Then again, they are only streaming the Formula E race as well. They don't stream all the season live, whatever, blah, blah, blah. We have to go to Eurosport sometimes, either way. But Eurosport have been having problems recently as well because they've been going everywhere with it. But still, all looking good. Now, we've managed to get the YouTube and Twitch chats open on the same page for once, so at least we can still see together on the two chats if anybody's got any comments and wants to talk about the race. Megan should be on her way into the box in a second. The race is underway in about 3 minutes' time, so this is going to be brilliant. It's going to be a great race. It's time now to head over and get ready for the E-Prix of Rome. It's the Rome E-Prix of 2023 and we are back. A day after one of the most horrific accidents we've ever seen in the series, it's time to go green once more here in Rome. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the amazing street course. One of the most famous in Formula E, still with the problematic turns. It's 3.380 kilometres. A total of 19 turns, safety car lines throughout. Fingers crossed it's going to be a nice, calm race. But when did we ever get that luxury, eh? It's always going to be dramatic no matter what. It's always going to be problematic. And you know the tensions are real. So, fingers crossed, we're going to be in for something interesting today. Let's go and take you through the starting grid procedure as well from the back. Sasha Fenestraz is 22nd with Roberto Meri starting 21st on the grid. Robin Fries is in 20th. Nico Muller starts 19th and all apt Cooper 10th row. Then we see Stoffel Van Dorn 18th. Alongside him is Andre Lotterer in 17th position. Sergio Sete Camera is in 16th with Pascal Verline lining up in 15th. Lucas de Grassi is 14th. Rene Rast starts in 13th. Jean-Eric Verne is 12th with Jake Hughes in 11th. And then top 10, the first 5 rows of the grid. Da Costa starts 10th. Eduardo Mortara starts in 9th position. 8th on the grid for Sebastian Buemi. 7th for Dan Tinctum. 6th on the grid for Maximilian Gunther as well. And then 5th for Sam Bird. 4th for Mitch Evans. The top 3 in the championship inside the top 4 on the 2 rows of the grid. Evans is 4th. Nato 3rd. Front row though, Cassidy versus Dennis, bringing the gap in the championship down to just 2 World Championship points. Megan Birch is with me in the commentary box as well. Megan, the tensions are high, everything's getting ready, and they're about to be let loose on the formation lap, and everybody wants to know the same thing. What on earth are we going to see today? Yesterday was drama and excitement and crashes.
Well,
today's
crashing, because they still haven't changed that bump at the...
turn 6 and 7.
Turn 6 and 7, so they are just going to hit it again at the blind corner and probably going to end up in a red flag again.
Yeah. And Valentino Rossi has just won at Mazzano in the GT World Challenge Europe Race 2.
Oh,
so
okay.
Well done to Valentino Rossi, who's just won a race. That's perfect, actually. Just what we needed to hear from him. Well done to Valentino. Right, if my memory serves correctly, we need to update our TV pictures. So there you go. Oh, look. Need a little bit of editing, as things always do up here in the box. There's yesterday's results and standings for everybody to take a look at throughout the race. Number of times held at 4. Yesterday's result, though, Evans from Cassidy from... Who finished in 3rd yesterday, Megan? I can't remember. Yeah, that's going to be a problem now, isn't it? Maximilian Gunther, there we go. I couldn't read my own writing on the timing screen.
Yeah, it was Gunther.
Yeah.
And then wasn't it Dennis?
Dennis in 4th position, yeah, he slopped back in the race, yeah.
I see he's on pole.
Yeah, do you want to familiarise yourself with having in qualifying? There you go. So, look at where Verline is, 15th, his championship over. But
Not entirely.
Evans starts 4th. Cassidy, the championship leader, second. Dennis in first. Dennis won, got 3 points. The gap was 5. Now it's 2 World Championship points.
Cassidy's done well again.
Cassidy has done well again. Starts second on the grid. Thank you, Megan. 24 laps ahead of us. We've got the stopwatch in case of safety car and added times.
It's a bit loud in my ears for some reason.
Yeah, I've noticed that. Here, let me just turn it down a little bit. Oh, hang on. Someone's knocked the fader on the left side. There you go. Is that better?
Yes.
Yeah. I must have knocked the fader.
I felt like I was getting it double over. It was like I was getting you and then a louder version.
Is that possible? Yes. Is it likely? Definitely. Here we go then. Round 14 of 16. 3 races to go. 3 drivers in the hunt for the World Championship. They start on the first 2 rows of the grid. Dennis, second in the title, lines up on pole. Championship leader Cassidy starts second. Mitch Evans starts in 4th position. It's 24 laps around a 3.380 kilometre Rome E-Prix circuit, sponsored by Hankook. Green flag in the back. The green light's extinguished. It's all eyes for the magical 5 lights here in Rome. Lights out, race on. It's a good start from Dennis, but it's a much better start actually from Buemi. Cassidy's having to defend on the outside. Look at Norman Nato go, and Cassidy's going for it, trying to go on the outside. Evans is on the inside of Nato. You'll get through turn 4 cleanly, up now through the danger zone. This is 5 and 6. Rast passes Vern, meantime further back. Now Dennis leads, Cassidy second, Nato third, Evans fourth. That's Sam Bird up in position already. Bird's made a flying getaway. Well done, Sam Bird, already moving up positions. Cassidy looks to the outside line. Evans looking to the inside of Nato. Already Gunther's trying to look on the inside of Bird. And right round the outside, got a yellow flag, but that's Tickton going round there. Mortara too. Brilliant from Tickton up to 6th.
Traffic going round, and it was that
Tickton, yeah.
Did Tickton just go off, or did he just have to go wide?
That's Nato. Nato's past Cassidy. When did that happen? Nato's passed Cassidy on something we haven't seen on the TV monitor. Nato has passed Cassidy, and Cassidy wants it back.
Well, Tara managed to skip 2 places between Gunther and Hughes.
We had a brief yellow flag at turn 12. The track is now clear. That was at this part of the chicane, so what exactly the yellow flag was for, we don't know. But it is Dennis leading, Nato second, Cassidy third, Evans fourth, Bird fifth, Tickton sixth. Mortara 7th, Gunther 8th, Hughes 9th. Buemi rounds out the top 10 as they come round turn 15 down towards the SS section 16, 17, 18, 19. The right, left, right again. And I would say Dennis is already trying to save energy by the fact that he's bumping up with Norman Nato.
Yeah.
Oh, and look at that. That's Degrassi. Degrassi and Vern in a battle. Degrassi trying to go on the outside of Jean-Eric, and he's made the move stick. Whether or not that's true across the timing tower, I'm not sure. Now we start lap 1 of the race. And look at Cassidy right on the inside down towards turn 1. He's going to force Nato to take the inside line to 3. And Cassidy's back through. He really
Nato's gone down too.
Yeah, because look, through goes Evans as well. Evans is going to go through on the inside line in towards turn number 4. Bird's going to try and follow suit. Bird not taking out his teammate this time. He's done that enough this year. Oh, Nato touches the back of Evans, and now Bird's going to go around the outside. Yeah, understandably, Bird lifts off. This is the part of the track where he almost got killed yesterday by Mortara.
Bird's just like, do you know what? I'm not going to tempt fate by 2 days in a row.
Oh, and look at that from Evans. The top 3 in the championship are 1, 2, 3. Evans on the inside of Cassidy. Nato locks out. Evans on the inside line. Cassidy gets it through. Cassidy goes 3 wide. The championship protagonists. 1, 2, 3. 3 wide coming into turn 9.
Okay, good. No one managed to crash out on that little bit. That's progress from yesterday. What's that?
Buemi down to 9th, Hughes up to 10th. Verline passing to Grassi, but the top 3 in the championship are 1, 2 and 3 at the moment, and they are battling it out here for the Rome E-Prix.
I never understand the arrow system in their mind, because I never see who's actually been... Like, where was the original person?
I know, white is up and yellow's down, isn't it? It's so weird. It never shows you what the actual timing tower was supposed to be.
It's like, who was there originally?
Yeah, it doesn't tell you at all. It just won't and it won't tell you either. That's another factor I found into it. It sometimes just sort of holds it away and doesn't want to touch it. But look at that. Evans trying to look on the inside of Cassidy. Cassidy again. We're into an end. Well, the thing is, it's 24 laps. It's 1 less than yesterday's scheduled distance. I know it went for 27, but Dennis already trying to save energy. Track temperature's at 35 degrees, but air temperature the same as yesterday, Megan, at 60. It should just be an identical race in many respects.
Yeah, it should be.
Fenestraz has passed Mary. Mary is done a 1:49.221. Track surface slippery at turn 11. Let's hear from Dennis.
Okay, we can commit to plan B. Plan B.
Well, presumably that will be a difference of attack mode, won't it? So how much you want to go on. Reminder, you can do 6 and 2, 4 and 4, or 2 and 6. That's your attack mode options in this race. I'm not seeing anybody going for the move yet. Cassidy's so close. He's going to pull around the outside. Dennis knows it's coming. Cassidy's going to take the lead. Evans is right behind. And Evans hits Cassidy. Again, Cassidy's up in the air. Evans up in the air. Into the barrier. Oh, it's mayhem again at turn 7. Cassidy flying up. And can you believe it's happened immediately?
He rode over him.
Dennis takes the lead. NATO second. Out goes Cassidy. Out goes Evans. And the championship is blown up again. Unbelievable. It happens. Immediately!
Wait a minute, Rast has gone down too.
How much was that like season 2 again? And the safety car is deployed. Rast is down.
Don't know where.
Rast was involved. He must have got caught up.
I think he's on his way again now. I'm not sure.
Cassidy's got a broken. There's the safety car. The top 3 in the championship come together. Unbelievable. You cannot write what happens in ABB FIA Formula E. Let's hear from Cassidy.
Cassidy.
Please check my damage. I don't know who hit me. Yep, copy, we're on it.
Yeah, clearly it looks a bit...
I don't know who hit me. I don't know who hit me is the message he's getting. I don't think even he knows who hit him at that moment in time. But it's getting absolutely insane. The safety car deployed, though, to give a few moments. Let's take a look at it once more. So this is going to be Evans on the bump. He's going to take it. He hits it, locks up, hits the back of Cassidy, goes over the back of him, and then ends up in the wall. Rast gets hit as well by Gunther. Both Hughes and Rast getting in trouble, losing things. Hughes is into the pit lane as well as a result of that. And just the sheer velocity of that accident, you just can't believe what has happened and what is going to go on in ABB Formula E, Megan. Look at that, he's right over the top.
He literally just rode over him.
And do you reckon that's going to be another sort of safety car red flag procedure?
Not red flag, no.
Yeah.
Just a safety car.
They'll stay behind this then for a short time. Oh! A Formula E car for the second day running over the top. And that is unbelievable. Double yellows out at turn 7. Everyone's got going again, but the yellow flags are still there. Wow. Evans is back into the pit lane. Omi says, I'm making food right now. I just heard Josh screaming, so run up. I can hear Josh all the way downstairs. They can hear me in the ocean. Formula E needs to sort out their marshals. Yellow flags were slow there. Yeah, they were slow yesterday as well. They were. Safety car out again then. That's a big hit for the championship to Evans and Cassidy. It's brilliant news for Jake Dennis. He's going to have a chance of wrapping up the title in race 1 at London.
Hughes just come out of the pit lane.
Yep, so Rast and Evans in there too. They'll take their time before confirming where they need to go again. But right now, we're under safety car on lap 3 of 24. Dennis leads. Let's confirm actually how they are at the moment. On our battle computer, Dennis leads from NATO, Bird, Tictum, Mortara, Boemi, Gunther, Da Costa, Vern, Verline, Lotterer, Sete Camera, Degrassi, Van Dorn, Muller, Freins, Fenestraz, Merry, Cassidy, and then Hughes, Rast just come out of the pit lane. Evans now in it, and he's having new tyres fitted. He's having new everything fitted, Megan, but is he going to get a penalty for that? He caused that contact.
He did, though I'm not even sure how he did it, to be honest.
Yeah, he just sort of went over. He just sort of locked up, hit the brakes, and went shroop, right over the top. So, safety car's out now for 3 minutes, so we're going to have another added lap. Evans gets going. He is on lap 2. We're on lap 3, so Evans has not lost a lap. So he'll still get a chance to restart this one. Cassidy in 90th. Let's hear from Mitch.
Okay, let's go. We're still on the lead lap. Safety car is out. Assess how this feels.
Let's take another look at it, Meg. So watch Evans in the back in P3. Just going to hit that bump, isn't he, when he brakes? There, look. Did you see when he was braking?
Then he loses it there. Oh. It wasn't his fault.
Cassidy's safety car's in this lap. Cassidy's got no camera on board. That's going to be great to see. This is Vern? Yeah, Vern. Oh, it's Vern who hit the back of Hughes. And this again is Pascal Vella. Oh, don't tell me Pascal's involved. Oh, not again. Pascal Wehrlein is the most unluckiest man in this field. As we come back to green flag running, 4 minutes under the safety car. Dennis is going to restart them. NATO second, Bird third, Tickton fourth, Mortara in P5. There's Megan Evans is right behind. Cassidy's not there either. Cassidy's caught up to the lead pack, but we haven't seen anything else. So Cassidy's actually struggling as well. Back to green flag though. The race is underway. Dennis leads NATO, Bird in third. He can set his first podium his first win of the year coming for Sam Bird. But Dennis is the leader by 0.4 of a second as they come down the back straightaway once more. In towards turn 3 as NATO can have a little look on the inside. No, Cassidy's already passing Merry. Cassidy going to go for a pass on the inside line and makes it stick, and that was set a camera looking at Lotterer.
Team radio.
The car is undrivable.
Undrivable. Car's undrivable. Yeah, I can see that. I can understand that as well. And it's going to be like that as well. So, Dennis leads, NATO, Bird, Tickton, Mortara, Boemi, Gunther, Da Costa, Vern, Wehrlein, the top 10 in this race. And looking at it as well, they're coming through as well. We see the 50 outs. Rast in trouble in 21st. So Rast is down out the order, but Mitch Evans is just crossing the start line now. So Evans is completely toast in this instance. He's completely out of it. Bird's going to try to look around the outside, and Nato coming into turn 15 is not going to make the move stick. Tickton thought about it, and I think that's going to be attack modes.
Leads the way, followed by Norman Nato, first driver into the attack mode.
Opposite Günther in front.
So Da Costa takes attack mode. He takes 2 minutes. Vern's taken 6 minutes, the same as Degrassi and Van Dorn. 2 minutes for Muller, Freins as well. Fellestrads and Merry, they all take 2. So 6 minutes for 3 drivers, 2 for 5. As they attack now once again. Fastest lap of the race goes to Pascal Wehrlein. He's up to 8th on a 143.463. And Cassidy and Evans is under investigation for causing a collision. That's going to be Evans, surely with a penalty. He needs another safety car now to catch up. He is closing to be lapped.
Dan Tickton.
Evans.
To defend more T7. Focus min speeds.
So
Dennis on the radio there, coming through. Look at Sam Bird, looking very racy on the back of Norman Nato and the Nissan as they come through turn 6 down towards 7. Bird over the jump. Can he take a little lunge on the brakes? No. Can't see Mortara getting past Tick to me. Their Sete Camera's too far back. He's in a mix of everyone with attack modes as well. Sete Camera is going to be first on that hit list to start dropping down the order. Vern and Degrassi and Van Dorn all might be having the better runs at the moment because they are going to be able to go full on attack as quickly as they possibly can. Dennis leads, NATO, Bird, Tickton, Mortara, Boemi, Gunther, Wehrlein, top 8 at the moment. Lotterer in P10 as they come on the attack. And the race just starting to quieten down, get into a rhythm. Is anyone going to take the attack mode earlier on? Nope. As we cut to a really bad angle of the camera to see Dan Tickton running in 4th place. Can he get a podium out of this? I hope. Lotterer's taken 4 minutes. Lotterer and Wehrlein's taken 2. So Wehrlein and Lotterer have taken attack mode, as has JQ's. He's taken 6 minutes, down in 19th position at the moment. Got a yellow at turn 6, a double yellow at turn 6, but there's nobody in that section. So why is there a double yellow flag at turn 6? What's happened? Is there a manhole cover loose? No, they put a marshal out there to recover some debris. We've gone back to green flag running. So that yellow flag was brief. Let's hear from Evans.
Second.
Okay, Mitch, stay in the car. We want to have a good look at this.
Well, you're out of it. Sorry, you can't. You're out of it. You're not going to do anything from there. As Degrassi runs on Sete Camera, track clear now at turn 6. Whatever the problem was, looks like it's not affecting anybody else, which is good news as they're coming into the braking zone for turn 7. Literally throwing themselves in on the brakes, and that's going to be Tickton under pressure as well. Oh, hang on, Boemi under attack from both Gunther and Da Costa. And Gunther looks to the inside line to defend against Da Costa. Wehrlein's in there too with full attack mode. And Dennis is now actively backing the pack up. Dennis is now actively saving energy. He needs to sort of just take care of this now. He can't afford to lose anything. Bird's coming back in through 12 and 13 chicane, and they accelerate back through, and there's Mitch Evans. Now, the floor's going to be damaged as well, and to be fair, that is all Mitch Evans' fault. He was too low in the brakes, hit the back and rode over the top. Evans has spoiled the great championship fight that we were all looking forward to after yesterday. It's given the lead of it back to Jake Dennis, and it's just one of those things again where you don't want to see it, because we wanted a close fight. We might get it as Nato hits the side of Dennis in towards turn 17. Just a little touch on the inside line. Dennis and Nato continue, but there's wing damage for Norman Nato. Nato's damaged the front left part of his wing. It's flapping up in the air as they come through. Jean-Eric Verne has come into the pit lane. So there's damage on Verne. That's his championship done. He was the outside shot anyway with 3 races to go. So he's out of it, and that is Nato's win properly damaged as he hits Dennis. He must have clipped the inside wall coming into turn 16. Let's hear from Nato.
Qualifying.
He turned completely on me.
He turned completely in on me. Oh dear. That's not really how I saw that. Nato was going for a move that was never there in the first place. Bird now senses an opportunity to take second place. Nato's wing bouncing away everywhere. Bird wants to get through on that as well, but when we lay on the brakes, trying to get through on the inside of Mortar. It's all happening here in Rome. Really dramatic stuff at the moment. Whoops, I dropped my own bottle. As I come through, look at Nato, look, he's going to go on the inside line. We've lost our timing screens up here in the box. Nato on the inside. I clipped the wing mid-half, so it damages the right, and that's as easily done as possible. So Nato in second with a very damaged wing, Bird in third. And Cassidy and Evans is under investigation. That wing from Nato is going to get destroyed every single second as well. That's not going to be how we all want to see this. And attack mode has been taken for Jean-Eric Verne. Attack mode now operational as well for 3 other cars. That's 6 minutes for Da Costa and Verline. And look at that now. Bird right in the back, and Bird's going to go for it when Nato could. Can't find a way through. Dennis leads, Nato, Bird, Ticton, Mortara, top 5. Buemi, Gunther, Lotterer, Da Costa, Verline, the top 10. That's just half of it as well.
Dennis is having a good day.
Dennis is literally having all his Christmases coming at once, isn't he?
Yeah.
Christmas, parties, everything. Everything at once, and everything just going full throttle. There's Mitch Evans back in the pit lane. And look, they're changing the suspension. What's the point? What is the point? You're now, what, 3 laps down? You're not going to do anything. He's out of it. Verne too, actually, as is Ras. Ras is catching up, but at the fraction of knots. Let's listen.
That's threshold whiskey 1 now. Let's keep it up, mate.
Push whiskey 1, I think.
So let's take a look from the helicopter camera if we'll see anything different coming into the braking zone at turn 6. Nope. They almost wanted to cut the track because it sort of loops back in on itself as well. There's many other variations we can run here on the street course in Rome. They've done it before. As little disruption as possible, but how much disruption is actually impossible before you start having more issues at this track? So many accidents at the same part. Frine's 15th, Sete Camera at 16th, they've overtaken. It's becoming an energy game once more, as we hear from Dennis.
Their attack mode at this stage in the race.
Whiskey 0, push for attack. Push this.
Push for attack. Dennis is going for attack mode. He hasn't taken it yet, so Dennis is going to take it. Is that going to give the lead to... hang on a minute, what's happening here? Nato's gone for it too. Dennis gets out, takes 2 minutes, gets out ahead of Bird. Nato takes 2 and comes out behind Bird. Bird's now in a key position, but
Gunther takes 4, so does Mortara.
So Gunther taking 4, Mortara taking 4, but that's crucial for Bird. He's now right in the back, and Dennis staying out ahead.
De Grassi and Sete Camera take 2 minutes each.
Yeah, so they're going to change up there as well on their rhythms. See if that changes. Dennis still the leader of the race. 6 minutes left, Bird's right there. I think Bird's in a very healthy position here, but Dennis has learned what he did yesterday. Don't take 6 minutes right at the start. Do the opposite.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. Fenestraz enters the pit lane.
Oh, no, and Sasha Fenestraz has run out of attack mode as well, so he's used all 6 and a further 4. Well, he's used 4 and 4, so he's used all 8. But that's
idiotic of him.
Well, he had... Let's hear from Bird.
Radio.
You've got the most energy in the field. Make the most energy in the field. 2% up on Nato and Dennis in front, and also Ticton behind. So let's use it.
You've got the most energy in the field, 2% up on everybody else, and just use it, basically. That's a late braking move, and that's straight on for Antonio Felix da Costa down at turn 7. And he does a 360 and rejoins right in the path of one of the McLarens. That's going to be of Hughes, I think, because it's his teammate just in front of him as well. So that's a big sort of whoopsies. Round we go. Yeah, Da Costa comes out behind Friends and Muller. How many more times are we going to see lockups down turn 7? It's a dangerous track, this, isn't it? It just won't stop.
I really think they should change the track.
They probably will, going forward as well. We'll have the attention span of a gnat to get this one correct. Evans is out.
Who saw that coming?
Evans is out, and with it, the championship hope gets a little bit harder, but can now Sam Bird. The two Brits, first and second here in Rome. Is Bird really going to risk it all? That's a stupid question, isn't it?
Yes.
Denied a win all season long, has got a chance for a win. Of course he's going to take it. And he's attacking now. Bert Dennett's out of attack, by the way. Where do you think? Turn 3 or inside line?
4.
Yeah, I'm thinking 4. Inside as well, after the start line. Van Dorn fast up of the race. Bird's going to go for it. He's got a good run out of 3. He's so much closer down towards turn 4. Dennis goes defensive. Bird goes round the outside. Can't take it side by side through 4. He almost runs to the back of Dennis. He's already had that twice today. Once by Evans, who's Bird's teammate. One by Norman Nato. Bird so much more faster. He wants to go on the attack. Dennis always likes saving the energy. Bird hasn't won a race in over 2 seasons. Can he take one here today in Rome? He pulls to the outside line. Dennis takes the attack mode, can't get through.
A little bit of contact there between, who was that, Buemi?
Yeah, Buemi on the inside. He passes Tictum. Buemi making it through, and Tictum once again getting forced out. Buemi is on a charge, and Tictum's getting the short straw every single turn and every single opportunity.
Well, they've made it further than they did last time.
Yeah, yesterday was lap 9 when the red flag came out. Now we're on lap 10 and 24, so miracles do happen, but that's going to be... Well, we already had technically a big shunt, haven't we, with Evans and Cassidy?
We did. Though, luckily that didn't cause a big thing.
Yeah, just a little one, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm surprised that Dennis didn't, have more damage, as that's Cassidy! Hitting the side of Van Dorn and bullying his way back into the points. Van Dorn's not going to let that one go. Yeah, Van Dorn's got him. Cassidy, I don't think he's Miracle Man. He's not going to send him on the outside. I can see a little bit of a green speck in the wing mirror at the top left-hand side. So that's Van Dorn still ahead of Cassidy. Bird attacking Dennis over the hairpin. This is too close to call again. Dennis needs to find a way to get through, find a way to have an attack. I don't think it's going to work out. Have you got a headache or something again?
Yes.
How?
A very bad one.
You didn't have a headache an hour and a half ago. What happened? I reckon you've got something with the shower.
No. The volume is too high.
Well, we'll plug that other one in and change that for later.
No, I can't wear headphones.
Well, here comes Bird. Bird to the outside of Dennis, down towards turn 7. He's going to make the move. He's going to try and go twice. Buemi's taking 3rd. And Tictum's going back up the inside as Buemi's failed to take. Buemi shuts the door. Oh, wow. I think 7 cars fighting?
I think Buemi wants retribution for tomorrow. I think Buemi wants retribution for tomorrow. Oh,
Yeah.
yes, yesterday.
Yeah. Nato to 3rd. Buemi down to 4th. Tictum coming through.
Da Costa passes Friends.
So Da Costa having an opportunity to get through. And double overtaking, double changing. I don't see it happening. I don't see it changing that much. Oh, look at Bird. Right on the back, trying to have an attack again. Dennis can't seem to find it. He's cutting him off. Bird's again around the outside line. Not there. Cut back around the outside. No. Hughes has taken 2 minutes, I think. So Hughes has further time allowed on the board. Come on, what can you do? What have you got for us? Incident between Nato and Dennis has been noted by the stewards. I wouldn't leave that there. Keep your hand on that one if I were you.
It's a good race.
It would, but it would smash if you let go. So don't. It really would. It's not designed to handle that weight. You're counterbalancing it. You take your arm off it, it'll go whoop and straight up. To counterbalancing this thing. Look at this, you can behind the box. Anyway, look at this. Bird's coming. Bird's on the run. Oh, over the bumps. They've stiffened the suspensions a little bit, so it's a little easier. Dennis going to the inside, defending. Bird round the outside. Bird locks up. Keeps it. Dennis is playing dirty out there today. And there's a yellow at turn 8. Why? What? This is turn 8. What's happened? Yellow flag at turn 8. There's a car in the wall.
I think it's 11.
There's a car in the wall at turn 8. Is it Degrassi? Yes, it's Degrassi.
Yeah.
Degrassi's gone into the wall. Good spot, Megan. And look at that. He's brought half the barrier with him. What's happened there? Has he hit the wall? Is it suspension damage? Green flag now, apparently.
I think maybe he must have locked up and went into the wall.
You're going to have to talk a little bit loud on that one.
I think he may have locked up and went into the wall.
Locked up and gone into the wall then. We'll keep it. You should have a lip mic. Tictum's taking attack mode. Tictum taking the attack mode.
I think I might need one at this point.
Right, 2 lip mics on order. It might make more sense, to be fair, when you've got a headache to use some lip mics. We'll find some. Again, it's getting closer now, isn't it? Dennis, Bird, NATO, Boemi, Mortara, top 5. Tictum in P7. There's Roger Griffiths just watching everything implode.
Mary Pitts.
Ah, now he's out. Is that another damage or is he out too?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either.
Even Degrassi's pitted yet.
Yeah, that's an unusual call to dive in. And there's Cassidy trying around the outside and get into Van. No, never mind. It's just no option into turn 4.
Tailed.
Yeah. No chance. 0. Umpa. Oh, here we go from Bird. Dennis goes defensive again, goes left and right. Bird can't find a way through, but Wembley's going to try and pass NATO. Lonza! I thought he was going to go right into the back of him again as the 2 Mortara and Gunthers and the Maseratis do battle.
Degrassi finally pits.
Right, that's Degrassi back in then. So both Mahindras in trouble. It's turning. Rome has thrown the Constructors' Championship up. I know Mahindra went in it anyway, but Nissan were. Hello, Cassidy's dropped down 2 places. Muller and DaCosta's gone through. And that's not for attack mode. Cassidy's lost 2 places. So Muller and DaCosta's gone through. Let's hear from Bird.
Team radio.
Change your attack scenario to option 3. Change your attack scenario to option 3.
And Bird round the outside takes attack mode. So that's going to lose in places to NATO, Boemi, maybe Mortara. No, comes out just ahead.
Lap 13 of 24 now. Furthest we've made it in a race at this circuit for a while.
We had a safety car though, so does that count again of having that?
No, it doesn't count.
No, I'm not sure it does either.
Unless it's a red.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that there isn't a red today because I really want them to get this race over quick.
Well, it should be over quite quickly. It shouldn't take that long. 24 laps since lap 14 already. And we've only been going for 31 minutes. So it's not too bad. Look at NATO's wing though. And they can't come in to change it because there's no spare parts. And Verline's the same. Verline down in 9th can't change it. Van Dorn battling. And this is Bird. This is his attack mode. Did he get it? Yes, he did. He's taken 6 minutes. That was nicely done, wasn't it? Gets out ahead of NATO.
That was a very clean one.
Oh, that was Cassidy taking it too. He's taken 2 minutes. Oh, that's a dive bomb from DaCosta. Hits the side of Muller. Muller's going to give it all he's got. I think Degrassi, as he's coming to the pit lane, I think what's happened to Degrassi is he hit the wall and it's just, broken the Tech Pro itself. It hasn't shredded anything.
That's good.
I was saying deadly. Nothing. Just let.
That's good that it hasn't gone every single place.
Required a safety car, yeah.
Yeah, because another lap here.
Yeah.
Dennis and NATO managed to get the attack mode.
And that's 6 minutes worth. Puts Bird back. Boemi missed it. Did Boemi go for it and miss it? Because Bird's through. Bird's easily passed him, but look at that. Dennis and NATO take full 6 minutes. They've used it all now, but they get out ahead of Bird. Bird's taken 6, but he's also got 2 more minutes left later on in the race.
Cassidy's attack mode is now over.
So he's dropped down to 15th for nothing. He's still got another 6 minutes to play. Sete cameras out. So out of attack mode is Verline, Van Dorn, DaCosta, Muller, Freins, Hughes, Rast, and Fenestraz.
Did we know that Merry was officially out?
No.
I think it's best I give Norman clean air to help defend against that.
Dennis says, I think it's best to give some clean air to help Boemi get some. What?
That's weird.
That's not even the same powertrain company. What on earth are they on about?
Officially out right now is Mary, Degrassi and Evans.
I think Dennis is thinking long term there because he's thinking, I'm out of attack mode. Let's use this time to get some clean air because Boemi's got 8 minutes left. He'll catch me up quite quickly.
That's the thing about Boemi's team, is it? Envision, they like saving their attack mode, don't
Da
they?
Costa put Degrassi in the wall and he's broken the suspension. Degrassi is out. So both Mahindras failed to score as well as Twitch Evans. Here it is. Watch, Degrassi on the outside and just gets forced in and breaks the suspension, yeah. That's Da Costa who deserves a bit of a slap wrist there and a penalty. Attack mode, that's ticked him, and he got it. How did he get that? And yet yesterday, he never got for Boemi.
How did that happen? He missed the first sensor.
He missed it completely. Complete country mile wide. Brad says, block, what did you do? What we're doing now, British Grand Prix. Font blocked it, and it's a fake company that striked as well with a bot, a fake bot company, and we can't do anything about it. So we're trying our best, but the counter notification got denied. Our live streams are reinstalled, but right now we've got a copyright strike for 90 days. Got like 80 left, 87 or something or other. No, hang on, 83. But we've got to email copyright. It's going to take a long time, so that's why we can't live stream. But we're on Twitch now as well, Brad. So we're dual streaming in the future. This is the first time I've watched Formula E in years, and it's terrible. What's all this 6 minutes of 4 minute stuff mean?
Go back and watch yesterday's.
Yesterday was great, yeah. Basically,
you'll like that one, man.
Basically, it's attack mode, so you get an extra 50 kilowatts of energy for a certain amount of time. It's just a different fuel mode, effectively, and it does provide great racing.
Quick. Attack loss is 0.9. Gunther 1.1 behind right now.
Yeah, attack.
Can I just say, if you're finding this boring, Brad, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 cars in a row here in a battle for the lead of the race. In Formula 1, we don't even have that any time this year. This is really exciting motor racing.
Go back yesterday and watch the race that happened then.
Yeah, that's good.
It was very exciting. It was the longest one in history. And
hang on, sorry.
Cars, was red.
The cars are so slow. They're not. These cars do over 220 miles an hour now, the same as a...
Could you beat it on a motorway?
Yeah, these Formula E cars now do over 220 miles an hour. They're on par with Formula 1 and they're on par with IndyCar flat out. It's just that we're racing on street circuits, so there's a difference still.
I think the reason why the thought of it being slow is because it doesn't make as much noise.
Yeah, actually Portland was good. Yeah, I must admit that, Brad, as well. The fact that there's hardly any fans on the track is actually bothering me as well. Because we've got the great venue. Look, we can have a grandstand right there, nothing. Grandstand right there across the start line, nothing. I do agree with you there. The fact there's no crowd is bugging me as well. NATO nearly taking out Bird's front wing. Bird's only got 10 seconds left of this attack mode, but NATO's got 2 minutes left still, so that's not going to do anything. But yeah. But yes, Portland was cracking. Portland was great as a race as well. But Formula E, 9 years in, third generation, 200 mile
here
cars.
with Mitch
it's great
Evans
now.
in the Jaguar garage. Now, mate, as far as tough
What
breaks
do you
go,
plan
that's
that?
pretty much as tough as they come.
I don't know, the idiots.
Yeah, it all happened very quickly. I wasn't expecting them to
fastest
back up
lap
so
right
much
now.
when I was, approaching the back of Jake. I tried to avoid it, but then I rode. Obviously, once I decided to ride next wheel, it just kind of got out of control, and I feel really bad. It just kind of caught me by surprise. I was not expecting them to be that slow at the apex, but. Yeah, it really hurts. It was a really critical time of the season. Was at attacking mindset. I wanted to make progress. I wanted to obviously position myself into turn 8 to get Nick. But obviously didn't go to plan. So I feel sorry for Nick. I'm sorry to the Envision guys. It's obviously really hurt my championship now. So it sucks.
Thanks,
Delighted disappointment there for Mitch.
Cheers, Mitch Evans as well. Don't know who idea is to put 2 team radios on when we're listening to the pit lane, but either way, attack mode now out for Dennis and NATO nearly, but Mortara, Gunther taking 4 minutes worth of attack modes in that last run around on the straight, so they're getting better. Oh look, go bats on the track by the way. Vern is battling Fenestras over the last place in the race. Down there at the back half of the track. So Dennis is out of attack mode, so is NATO. Bird has still got 2 minutes left. Boemi and Bird are the 2 ones you've got to watch in this race. They've still got maximum attack left. And look at that. Boemi holding back Mortara, who's on 6 minutes of attack. That's impressive. Oh, 2 seconds.
It is.
Tell Seb to hold them up. Tell Envision to tell Seb to hold them up so I can take mine.
So a bit of...
So cross-team tactics there. Sam Bird just saying, tell Seb to hold them up. Tell Envision to hold them up. So because Envision has Jaguar powertrains, Bird's on the radio saying, tell Sebastian and Envision, hold up Mortar Gunther so I can have an attack on the leaders. So to basically, Jaguar and Envision working together there, that's not allowed. That's race fixing. You're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed.
It's like when you get a double agent in a movie.
Yeah.
It's like Casino Royale.
Triple agent at this point as well, isn't it? Because Boemi's not going to do anything. Oh, Bird's going to grab it. Bird's taking it. And Boemi. Oh, that screwed the plans. Boemi's taken 6 minutes worth of attack. Only loses position to Mortara. But Bird takes attack mode. Well,
maybe he thinks it will be more effective if he has it too.
This is now going to get all a little chaotic, isn't it, in this little race? As they try and come back through. 6 laps to go. And they're all going for it. Boemi now out of attack mode. He's got 6 minutes left. So has Bird, but only got 2 minutes left.
Finds pits.
Oh, that's him out of the race then for App Cooper. Oh, it's just getting worse, isn't it?
Why is everyone almost got rid of their attack mode completely?
It's looking like it, isn't it, as well? Just taking little step-by-step manoeuvres. Is this track new? There's nowhere to overtake. No, this track's been like it for about 3 years. And there's a couple of ways to overtake at.
Especially if you're good at overtaking.
Say again?
Especially if you're good at overtaking.
Yeah, that's true. Just got to wait to see if there's an opportunity to pass here. So, 50 seconds left. Bird's out of it. Taking that attack mode's cost him 2 seconds, so he's out of it. But when we passing my time, that's it. I think that's it. Dennis might have done this already. And that's going to be 25 points. And he was 2 points. He's going to be 23 points clear of Cassidy going into London. He can win it in race 1. He could win the race on Saturday.
I hope so.
Yeah, that gives us the last race of the year. But it was such a promising year. It was so promising that it was going to go right down to the last race of the year, and it's now not. And that's so annoying. Lotterer and Da Costa under investigation for causing a collision. So Lotterer and Da Costa look like they're going to get fined here. Look at that.
Mute for ages. Yeah.
Say again?
It went mute for ages.
Yeah, I was wondering where the track audio was. 5-second time penalty for Da Costa, causing a collision. Da Costa's in 10th. And the gap between him and Cassidy is 2 seconds. That'll put Cassidy up to 12th.
Vern's doing really well. I just wish he'd get higher positions and maybe he'll actually feel accomplished through that fastest lap.
Do you know what this now does, by the way? It takes the championship protagonists down from... We came here with 5, we leave with 2. It'll be Dennis v Cassidy.
It's like it's whittled away what needed to be gone.
Evans has thrown himself out quite literally with the bathwater. He's out of it after winning yesterday. We'll have a new King of Rome for the first time since 2018.
Who has the least attack mode?
Who's got the least attack mode?
Wait, no, power.
Can't tell that at the moment. They don't tell you until...
No, I've just seen it on there.
Overtake.
I tried to see
So we have the same energy as Mortara. Gunther has more than us. We need to pass Mortara.
Bird's got to keep ahead of Mortara, basically. NATO's been told about things. There's Tomaso Velope, the Nissan team principal, watching on. Just keeping it all calm. Dennis leads, but Boemi now the only one left for the attack mode as Vern does fastest lap of the race so far. Closing down once more. 4 to go. Lap 21 of 24 here for the Rome E-Prix. So Jake Dennis could win the Formula E World Championship on home soil in race 1. A British driver winning a World Championship at the London E-Prix.
I hope that happens.
And it will be our first British FIA World Champion outside of Formula One for, I don't know how long now. Trying to think actually, how long since? 5 years? Max?
Maybe.
No, when was Ant Davidson champion? 2015?
I don't know.
I think it was 2014, so maybe 9 years.
When is the London one?
End of July. Yeah. Do you know what's really bad? He could take it in qualifying. I've just worked out. On the Sunday.
Let's hope he doesn't.
Yeah, if Dennis gets pole on the Sunday with 3 points, he'll take it. But it's a double-header race, so that's still 58 points on offer going to London. The gap's 23. It's not over yet. It could go down to the last race of the season. I hope it goes down to the last race of the season, but next time out, if Cassidy fails to score and Dennis takes the win, the gap goes over the 28 points that will be left on the board. 6, 7, 8.
Yeah.
29 points, sorry.
Yeah. About.
Yeah. So it's all up in the air. So what we're going to see in London?
Jeez, these have a lot of points.
It's a lot to calculate, and that's something that we're going to have to do with getting our little calculators out and everything. If you are counting all the FIA series and Russell won it at 2018 in F2, that's true. Oh, okay. No added laps by the FIA, despite the fact we spent 4 minutes and 7 seconds on the safety car.
Be grateful.
Be grateful. Well, that 4 minutes and 7 seconds don't count then. So it will be a 24-lap Rome E-Prix. There will be no added time. We are going to go straight to the end here, which means Dennis is going to be with one hand on the championship going to London. Could it be a British one too? Can Bird get through on NATO? Can he take the running order on the attack down towards turn 7? Nope. Nothing on the inside. Dennis Radio.
Copy, that's fastest lap. We can confirm no added laps.
Go for fastest lap. Dennis wants it. Vern's got it at the moment. But Dennis wants the fastest lap time to be concluded. He wants maximum points here from Rome and a Grand Slam. He's led every lap so far here today. Dennis has the opportunity to take pole position, lead every lap, and get the fastest as well. He's been told on the radio Dennis can now go full attack. He can go for the fastest lap on lap 23.
If Vern will let him take it.
Yeah, he's 140. That's a lot to beat.
He's held it for about 10 laps now.
And you've been keeping a cross on it, yeah. I thought you might have. He's nearly a lap down though. Look at that. Oh, yeah, they're still fine. Still finished Jazz, who did so well yesterday, who's out. Coming into turn 4. He's lost on track positions as well. Are you going to the London E-Prix? No, I'm not. Mainly on that week, because in 2 weeks' time, every series on the planet is on. The whole team coming together to do that weekend. Formula 1.
No one's happy about it.
Formula 1, 2, 3, Porsche Super Cups in Belgium, touring cars at Croft, Formula E
Broken
in
front
London.
wing.
Broken front wing for NATO still, yeah, it's getting worse, isn't it?
Yeah.
IndyCar. It's all going on in 2 weeks' time, and it's literally all hands on deck. That's why Megan... What do you think Megan's here this weekend? She's taking some of the London sessions.
I'm not happy about 2 weeks from now.
No, I'm not happy about 2 weeks from now.
It's evil.
Nobody likes 2 weeks from now. I'm struggling to find somebody who would like 2 weeks from now. Maybe motorsport fans who actually don't do what we do would like 2 weeks from now.
Those who watch only.
Yes. Those that commentate don't like it.
It's like American football. There's so many things on at once that you can't catch everything.
Yeah. Porsche Super Cup, yeah. Porsche 911s racing under the F1 support bill. They have done for 31 years. We've started covering it this year. Great series.
Down. Hughes just smashed the back of me.
Hughes just smashed the back of me. Did you hear that?
Well, in fairness, he hasn't had a chance to do that to anyone this weekend.
Black and white flag for Da Costa for incident with Lotterer, but he's already been given a 5-second time penalty, so he's also received a black and white flag for that. FIA double standards. Yeah, I can't work it out anymore. It's one of those days where you sort of just go, yeah, okay, let's accept it.
I just have a question.
White flag in the air. It's the last lap of the Rome E-Prix. Let's hear from Dennis.
That already today.
No, okay. Brad says, I saw that Silverstone last week, didn't know who anybody was. Now, mainly some European and Dutch drivers still coming in, mainly a Dutch series as well, but Porsche was brilliant. Larry Tenford, Bastian Buss, Harry King, all in there. Yeah, Harry King, by the way.
Oh, no.
I'm hearing the music building in the background, are you?
No. NATO's on 1%, and so is Dennis.
Yeah, that's a point. Bird's on 4%. Dennis having to regen the energy. NATO's not going to do that. They've got half a lap to get round, and we're going to yellow flag. Turn 3. It's Sergio Sette Camara stopped at the start line. Sergio Sette Camara has come to a stop.
Oh, yay.
Are we going to see a safety car? Not as far as I know. No virtual either. Jake Dennis is going to win again. This will be Dennis's first win in 5 races. I think since Sao Paulo. Very long win.
That also means that Dennis can't get the fastest lap.
Yeah, he's out of energy. That's it. Ras taking it too. So Dennis will have to go on points. Checkered flag is being made ready. The amazing series that we've seen conclude, but look at that, they're all hitting just on the percentage.
NATO's going to hit 0 before the
If
line.
NATO hits 0 before the line, that'll be it. Bird is closing. Jake Dennis dominantly wins the Rome E-Prix, coasts across the line. NATO hits 0 before the line, but coasts. Bird takes 3rd, but Jake Dennis wins in Rome to take the lead back in the Drivers' Championship by 23 points. A crucial margin going into London.
Oh, yeah, baby. Ah, yes.
Envision look defeated. Andretti look elevated. The championship goes to London, and it could be wrapped up by a British driver at the British E-Prix in London. Bring it on.
Lotta has stopped on track.
Oh, and...
Ran out of energy, I think.
Yeah, Lotta has stopped at turn 14.
Burn maybe 2 because he hasn't crossed the line.
Yeah, so there's a couple going on there that we need to take a look at. Let's hear from our top 3.
Result there for
Alan
Jake
McNish.
Dennis. Really well done. Jake, this is Alan here. Got to say congratulations, fantastic race, but that puts you in the pound seat in the championship as well as for the podium.
Oh my God, I mean, Mexico feels so long ago and the boys deserve the win. I've given them enough seconds and you know the champagne tastes so much better than P1, so full credit to the team for giving me a car today. You know, Jaguars were incredibly fast yesterday and we turned it around, and yeah, these guys deserve every bit of champagne they're going to have, and what a race, what a championship we're about to have in London, and yeah, incredible.
Enjoy the champagne and the podium.
Was that Gunther?
They're on the cool-down lap for one of the Maserati.
I think Gunther just hit the wall. I think Gunther just generally hit the wall. Okay, Megan, what have you made of the Rome E-Prix?
Interesting, unpredictable.
Right, go rest. See you later for IndyCar. Bye-bye. Ah, hang on, there's Lotta. Lotta has hit the wall, Megan.
That ain't good.
No, it's not. See you later, Megs. Bye-bye. We'll see you for IndyCar. Oh, and they go for a break as well. Okay. I thought they might. Let's confirm to you how they finished then in the Rome E-Prix, a very crucial round of the World Championship this week, which has ebbed and flowed. It started yesterday with Cassidy taking the lead of the Drivers' Championship. It ends today with Jake Dennis 23 points clear. That's how it takes it, and that's how it goes here. Race win then, once again for Jake Dennis. Norman Nato in second. A career best podium for him. Sam Bird in third. Eduardo Mortara is fourth. Sebastian Buemi in fifth. Max Gunther is sixth. Pascal Verlaine fighting back from 15th to 7th. He's out of the championship hunt, but a great fight back on a very difficult weekend for him. Stoffel Van Dorn is 8th. Dan Ticktum is 9th. Nico Muller rounds out the top 10. There we get, outside the points, Jake Hughes in 11th. Antonio Felix da Costa is in 12th. Rene Rast 13th. Nick Cassidy 14th. Jean-Eric Verne 15th. Sacha Fenestraz, the last finisher, a lap down in 16th. out of the race due to accidents on the last lap. Andre Lotterer and Sergio Sette Camera, they were separate incidents. Further down, Robin Freins, Roberto Meri, Lucas Di Grassi and Mitch Evans all retiring from the E-Prix early on in the race. A interesting E-Prix, to say the least. I'm definitely going to be looking forward to London now in 2 weeks' time to see what sort of mess we're going to get into there, because I don't think anybody is going to predict what we've seen here. Nobody's going to sort of accept without any prior knowledge that this championship has just been extraordinary. Coming into today, that's a big change in the championship. Let's hand over there to Tom Brooks to talk us through it. Tom.
Actually makes it Sam Bird's 4th podium of the year as well. So 3 different manufacturers in the top 3. 3 different teams in the top 3. 3 different powertrain manufacturers, I should say, with the Porsche powertrain for Andretti, the Nissan powertrain naturally for Nissan, and the Jaguar powertrain for Jaguar. Variety is the spice of life, and that's exactly what we get here in Formula E. Sam Bird, well, his crew did an absolutely amazing job. I was down talking to some of them earlier on and said, did you get any sleep overnight? I said, yeah, we've got about an hour or so. Back in the garage. Full credit to them for getting the car rebuilt.
Well done, darling.
And you can see exactly what it means to Sam there as well. Very welcome result at this late stage in the season. Norman Nato and Nissan delighted with that second place finish, and nice to see Nick Cassidy coming over there to congratulate Jake Dennis on what was one of his strongest performances of the season.
Yeah, but he's also there having a word with Mitch Evans. 2 Kiwis obviously know each other well, and that obviously was a difficult result for them, because that potentially could take them both out of the title fight and to some extent put this man in the pound seat.
I was trying to push him back.
Let's have a listen in to see what they're saying.
Because we could have gone.
Just saying he was trying to push Bird back, wasn't he? Well, penny for the thoughts of Nick Cassidy then, after a difficult weekend. Let's go down to Radzi, shall we?
Yep, let's go down to Radzi for the latest news. Radzi?
Forget Rome, forget Italy,
Yes.
all of Europe right now. Roger Griffiths, light to flag, perfection. What a performance.
I mean, all credit to Jake, and you know, what a drive. I mean, he held off a lot of very competitive guys behind him, drove a super smart race. We got the sums right today. We looked really hard, and you know, we have to pay credit to our friends at Porsche Motorsport. I mean, the powertrain they've given us to be able to prove the efficiency is just amazing. So, but no, all credit to the team, every single one of them. We've worked so hard for this. It's been a long time since the first win back in Mexico City, and you know, what a place to do it here in a most historic track on the Formula E calendar. I mean, I'm almost speechless, but...
You managed to get some good words out, Roger. We'll let you go and celebrate with your team. Massive, massive congratulations.
Thank you so much. Come and join us.
I will hold you to it.
I'm definitely up for that party. What a race. So much of intrigue, so much of action once again being displayed, and certainly we've got a lot of interesting performances to look forward to going into the future, and fingers crossed it's going to be a very, I don't want to say entertainable final, but it's going to be one of those finals where you don't want to miss it, and you know it's going to be good. It's one of those finals where anything can happen. It probably will happen, and it's going to be very much a delight to see. I finally fixed my handheld microphone up here in the commentary box, which is great. I was wondering why we weren't hearing Megan as crystal clearly as I know these mics can go. Now we know why. Let's hand over back to Tom.
On to the podium. Great result for Norman Nato and Nissan as well. They will be over the moon with that, with his first podium of the year, and his second overall, actually, in Formula E as well.
Right, let's hear from the top 3, starting with Jake Dennis, our race winner.
Jake Dennis, huge congratulations. Lights to flag win, the first of the season. Congrats, mate.
Oh, I mean, I'm honestly lost for words how we've just won that race. It was so tactical inside the cockpit, you know, trying to keep Bird within certain distance. Obviously, he's going to help Mitch, so I really needed Norman as my wingman that race, and yeah, we worked together really well. I gave him space to help him defend when Bird had attack mode, and then when I needed to save, I did just that. And man, what a race, what a team, and for them giving me this incredible car. I've said it a million times, but after yesterday's sort of mistake, we've turned it around in full redemption. So can't wait to celebrate with them.
Maximum points today, pole position and the race win, going into a doubleheader in London, where your history and success speaks for itself.
I know, home race, we're big there. I expect to see a lot of British fans, so make sure you all come out, guys. And yeah, going to try and do the business there, but we're just going to enjoy this right now, and I need a nice bath.
Congrats, mate.
Thank you, brother.
Ice bath indeed, I think.
You can't blame Jake Dennis. It is absolutely scorchio here this weekend. A scorching performance both on the track and off it,
yeah.
For the British driver, his second victory of 2023. This is how his race unfolded. Started right at the sharp end of the field, defended from Nick Cassidy into the first corner. And it's a lead every single lap, the first time that's ever been done.
Yeah, it was a cool, calm race from Jake Dennis. Really determined, really strong performance as well to keep it up there and have the attack modes at the correct time, not have to worry. And it was a demon lights out performance. Mighty strong and mighty impressive. Definitely for the future, looking into it as well of how good the racing action is going to be here, especially going into the last two races of the season. Let's hear then from the driver who finished in P2, Norman Nato.
Well, more interviews on the way. There's Norman Nato.
Norman Nato, congratulations. This is Nissan's first manufacturer podium in Formula E and yours in Gen 3.
Yeah, honestly, like speechless at the moment. Like already in qualifying, like was a really strong performance. And as I told you, like just after the qualifying, I was like, I will do what I can, but I don't think we can fight this guy because in race, normally we are missing still a bit of efficiency. But honestly, I felt really good since the beginning of the race. I knew I was down on energy, so this guy Sam next to me was up on me, so I was trying to manage, and honestly did a super clean race as well. That's the kind of race, to be honest, as a driver we like, because we all fight really hard, but at the end was clean. So yeah, I'm really happy for the team and also for myself after such a difficult beginning of the season to build the team as we are doing right now. It shows that all the progress we are doing are starting to pay off.
Well, I'm sure you're going to enjoy it, the celebrations. But talk to us about the race also, because it didn't seem necessarily straightforward. You had that damage earlier in the race. How did you manage it?
Yeah, I had first a damage with, I think it was with Mitch in turn 4 where we were side by side. And he went on throttle, he got a bit of oversteer, and he touched my front wing, so I had a bit of damage. Was okay, I was just a bit worried that maybe if it was going on the tires or inside of the car, could have been bad. And then I was feeling so good, honestly, and I said, okay, I go on, Jake. Was maybe a bit too ambitious, and I think at this time he was managing, so he saw that I was going in close a bit. But I mean, at the end, I was even like I had even more damage on my front wing, so I was like, oof, for 2 or 3 laps, I saw the thing like flying. But yeah, there's some day where everything going well, so it's this kind of day.
Enjoy the celebrations, mate.
Thank you.
Norman Nato with a dramatic race in Formula E. Managed to get himself up into second ahead of Nick Cassidy in the Envision. And then after attack mode unfolded, and this collision crucially defined his race. You can see Nato tried to make a move, at least on Jake Dennis. Cost him a bit of damage to his front wing, which he drove around with for a good few laps. And you wondered whether he was going to actually be able to make the checkered flag like that, but he managed to do so, drove through all of the problems into second, held off the championship Saturday. Impressive result from the Frenchman here, and great for Nissan in Rome to get another podium in Formula E.
So I'm here with Sam Bird, your 4th podium finish of the season, and this one probably feels like the most needed.
Yeah, definitely. Probably the most needed in a long time. So I wouldn't say it's necessarily happy, it's more relief. Happy to bring home valuable points for Jaguar in our quest to try and win the team's title. It's going to be an extremely hard fight when we get to London. We need to make sure that we do our homework now, try and improve a little bit. But yeah, what a heck of a fight it's going to be.
I'd usually ask at this point, when you woke up this morning, did you expect to be on the podium? But when you woke up, did you expect to have a car?
Yes, I expected to have a car. I really didn't know what to expect from myself. That's something that, in all honesty, I've struggled with recently. I don't know what I'm going to be doing when I get in the car. I've actually been really quick most of the year, just made too many errors, had too much luck kind of go wrong and not my way. But I've made too many mistakes and I've paid the price for that. But yeah, just nice, relieved to get a result today.
Welcome podium, I'm sure, and welcome points for the team.
Cheers, thank you.
Right, let's get on to Radzi then. After Sam Bird, another, well, interesting weekend for him. Really interesting situation he's got himself into going forward. Just had a wing damage, but Evans crashing out this time, not his fault. Times in the past it has been his fault, and he's known about it, but let's go down to the pits with Alan and Radzi.
His job was to try to take as much out of it after he was protecting Mitch Evans at the beginning, but ultimately it was down to him, and he delivered a podium for Jaguar, kept them in the team's title chase as well. So we've got to keep that in mind.
We saw a huge incident which took place yesterday, affected a number of cars. It didn't affect the top protagonists. That, however, between Mitch and Nick today, just unthinkable.
Yeah, it is. It's an unfortunate situation. Certainly wasn't intentional for Mitch, I should say, as he went up into turn 7. It's a bumpy entry to there. There's camber on the road, and you can easily get the rear of the car moving. But also, as we saw, Jake Dennis was defending, and so from that point of view, Cassidy and outside Dennis, and then he just sort of locked up and slid into the back of him. Very, very unfortunate.
Well, this is a slightly more sedentary drive that the guys are taking to the podium. Let's have a listen in.
It's going to be a really good one.
It's good to have a buffer though, huh?
I'll take it.
Makes you a bit more relaxed though going into the weekend.
Yeah, we'll see.
What happened to last lap to André?
Similar to here with
André, so he was
I was too busy trying to groove myself. I was lucky. Yeah, I mean, lucky that I was fast and 5-6 with the diff and everything. I was making you imagine I was just made. Yeah, that's why I read up. I was like, I need to push here because for sure he's taking it a bit easy. And I was like, boom. But yesterday you said they weren't. Wait. Okay, now I go back. Today, what did you? When everything settled, so it's a brain that even if you had 2 or 3% more, with this target you can pass. That was hard. And like that was physical. Yeah, we got straight for a little thing. Yeah, man. Where did we go? I have no idea. Oh my god. 3 laps to go. I was like, can this just end? I actually have no idea. Where did we go? Stop. Here. That's it. Boys, enjoy. Catch you later. Cheers. Thanks, man. Cheers. Oh, seatbelt. Can I also get out?
It turns out when you are a professional racing driver, you can do a lot of things. You can drive at 130 miles an hour, but you often forget to take your seatbelt off, it turns out.
I was just thinking about that.
The thing
How
is,
funny.
for a driver in a racing car, seatbelt's on the buckle here. You just clip it and off you go. You don't have to think about this left or right thing. But the thing for me there was just listening to Norman Nato in the back of the car with...
Nato?
It was the respect between them. They had a really hard fight, but it was clean, it was tidy, and there was that element which was very, very important, I think, for this type of racing.
And respect given the context of that race. So much defensiveness was taking on. It was jittery at times. It could have gone either way. There could have been almost accidents at any point given the braking. Jake mentioned that he was kind of his wingman with Nato there, and it worked.
Yeah, Radzi, in the comms box, there's a few times when I just, sort of took a sharp intake of breath, because you can see quite easily with Cassidy and Evans how it can go wrong in just a split second. And that could also have been the same situation with Dennis. But they all played a very clean, hard, but very respectful game. And I think we got an extremely good race out of it.
I mean, it feels like a long time ago now, but can we just remind ourselves of that incident? Because like you said, it happened within the blink of an eye. 2 of the protagonists to lift the World Championship trophy all ended in a heartbeat.
Yeah, Dennis on the inside defending. He was trying to conserve as much energy as possible. And then you had Cassidy on the outside, and it just caught, I think, Mitch Evans a little bit by surprise how much they backed up. And this is kind of similar like a motorway accident, except a lot quicker. The thing for me was how it lifted the Jaguar up over the top of Cassidy, landed on top of the roll hoop of him. And I have to say, we were very, very lucky there with the way that...
Cassidy has been given the blame for that. A 5-second time penalty for Cassidy for causing a collision. He's been given the blame, not Mitch Evans. Wow.
Every single time. There's no time for let up.
We're really grateful that obviously both men walked
24 points to gap now.
But in terms of the championship standings, it has metamorphosized it.
Yeah, definitely. Today has really been the one that's thrown it open, and they both walked away, but the championship might have slipped away from both of them. Definitely from Mitch Evans, he is now quite a long way behind. For Nick Cassidy, yes, he's 24 points behind. He's got a real chance of it, but it is going to take a little bit of Dennis having a problem, I think, because Dennis can now go into London and just think, right, how do I manage this?
Yeah,
He's
let's
won
go
there
for it.
before, so he understands how to do it, but he can now manage it, and it's going to take real commitment, I think, from Cassidy to attack. And so it's going to show a good race, no question. But now there's different strategies between the teams.
There's always jeopardy in Formula E, even if you're leading and you've got Norman Nato from Nissan right up behind you. Again, there were a couple of moments where I thought, oh my goodness, could Jake be out as well? Fortunately, wasn't the case, but it unfolded.
Yeah, this was a nudge down the inside with Dennis, and to be honest, it wasn't on, in my opinion. It was a bit late, and it was a bit half-hearted, and it caught the front wing. In this situation, you've got to go for it or not at all, because if you half go for it, that front wing is so sensitive to damage that it can get knocked like that, and then it harms your performance. But Nato, I think, from there did an excellent job to recover the composure.
Yes, he did. I'll agree with that,
Keep the energy
Alan,
management
he
going
did.
and finish second. Something we saw that Nissan had the potential of yesterday with Sasha Fenestraz. He was leading yesterday, so the Nissan really is coming back into the game.
He did, yeah.
We can obviously see we're just a few moments away from the podium celebrations getting underway. But in terms of Norman Nato, what it spoke to me, and in terms of Sam Bird's obviously got team championships to think about as well, trying to help his partner Mitch. But in terms of Norman Nato, he's just an out-and-out winner. He didn't want to be on the podium, he wanted to win.
Yeah, for sure he wants to win. And I know that team, Michael Andretti, without doubt, is going to take the enjoyment of winning this particular race, because he came here. This is an important championship for Andretti Autosports. They've supported the championship from the beginning. They were right in at the beginning. And it's been some years where they've been very strong, some years a bit weaker. But this one, they've got a real chance of taking the big title, taking the trophy back home. And today, without doubt, with Jake Dennis, they delivered a perfect result.
I want one of those Formula E flags. You know, I've just seen them on there on the screen right now, the electric flags. I want one of those. Podium time then here in ABB FIA Formula E. Andretti taking the honours at a crucial time. Well done to them. Really was a crucial time as well. They needed to have some sort of proof that they could control their race day, and it has come to fruition. So, hats off to them. Really great job. Sam Bird second. Sorry, Sam Bird third. Nato second. Dennis the winner. Having numerous conversations with people in my ear right now about what's happening in 2 weeks' time in London. Simple answer is, at the moment, we don't know what's happening in 2 weeks' time in London. I think the races are fine. It's going to be complicated when we get there. So many racing series on at once in 2 weeks. It'll be a busy couple of days to get it all sorted. Bird in third. Nato will be second. Norman Nato gets second place. Signed, sealed, and delivered with a great performance here in Rome. Hugs all up. High fives with the fans as they run to the podium. Remarkably done. Really strongly done, actually, for a race. And Jay Dennis, British driver in an American team, going to the British round of the Formula E World Championship, has a chance to wrap up said championship and become a world champion. I'd be so happy if Jake Dennis could do it, really would be, but I'd also love if Evans could be up there, Cassidy, have a real title fight for it. But Jake Dennis, let's go, certainly is in for the performance, in for a penny, in for a pound. And the two national anthems not blocked, which means we can sit back and relax. The British and American national anthems will play, one for Jake Dennis as the driver, one for Andretti as the manufacturer. As we go in, later on today, it'll be the Grand Prix of Toronto at IndyCar. The Canadian national anthem will be sung. Not sure if the American will as well, but we had Detroit earlier on where it was both, so we'll find out. I presume it will be the Canadian national anthem that will be sung later on. We'll be live for that. Jake Dennis, victorious in Rome. We will hear, first off, the British national anthem for yet another win this year for Jake Dennis. And now the American national anthem for Andretti as the Constructors' Champions victors here today. The atmosphere never fails to deliver, and here in Rome it has been a brilliant weekend. Can't wait to see what happens next as the trophies come through. The Michael Andretti picked the right side, it seems. Here in Rome, he won't fly over to Toronto, not before the start of the race in 3 hours' time for IndyCar. He takes over top. Jeff Dodds, the Formula E CEO. Jake Dennis. But first of all, Sam Bird, they're doing reverse order this weekend. They're doing it the Monaco way. That's very unusual. Sam Bird in third. A brilliant trophy. Usually it's first, constructors, second and third. They're doing it constructors, third, second, first. They're really behind. They've changed it since yesterday. Norman Nato takes second position. Hand goes up on the trophy. Well done, Norman. But Jake Dennis victorious. Not going to give him a complex or anything, but certainly is going to make him think, where can I be in just 2 weeks' time? One hand on the championship trophy. Jake Dennis wins in Rome. The British driver has a chance to wrap up the title at the British E-Prix in London. A double-header where he has won before. That's the pressure for 2 weeks. He goes with a 24-point lead. But right now, it's champagne time! A tricky weekend which has changed the World Championship here in Rome. The misery can fade in 35-degree heat and 60% track temperature. It's champagne time and party time here in Rome. The championship goes down to the last race weekend. A 24-point lead with 59 on offer. Can Jake Dixon take the title at his home track? Well, he's won there twice. Yes, London Electric. 2 weeks' time, that's the place to be. for the title. That will be 2 weeks' time. We can't wait to see it. Let's confirm, though, how they finished in this Rome E-Prix one last time before we go off air, because Cassidy also received a 5-second time penalty, which has affected the results. Jake Dennis is victorious. Norman Nato is second. Sam Bird third. Eduardo Mortara fourth. Sebastian Boremy fifth. Maximilian Gunther is sixth. Pascal Verline seventh. Stoffel Van Dorn is eighth. Ninth for Dan Ticktum. 10th for Nico Muller. Jake Hughes is in 11th with Antonio Felix da Costa 12th. Rene Rast 13th. Nick Cassidy 14th. Jean-Eric Verne 15th. Sasha Fenestraz 16th. And out of the race was Andre Lotterer, Sergio Sete Camara, Robin Frines, Roberto Meri, Lucas de Grassi and Mitch Evans. One more round to go then. Rounds 15 and 16 of the ABB FIA Formula E World Championship will take part at London in 2 weeks' time. We'll be back live on JB Motorsports for that. We'll be live also on Twitch, so everyone watching there, you can stay still on YouTube. We'll be back on the main channel and hopefully this evening as well. For IndyCar tonight, we'll be live once again on Twitch as always, but also we'll be back on the main YouTube channel. Fingers crossed. If not, we'll be on JB Motorsports 2 on YouTube. But we should find out in around about 40 minutes or so if we've got our live stream capabilities back. My thanks to Megan Birch this weekend for her company in the commentary box. We'll see her back for IndyCar later, and we'll see you all later as well. The action won't stop. London is calling for the World Championship finale, and Jake Dennis goes there with one hand on the title. We'll see you in London at the XL trackside with Ed and the team from FE Zone as well, while I stay in the comms box. Take care. We'll see you in 2 weeks when the title will be decided. Bye-bye.